The first lesson of history is modesty. Remember, man, not the earth, makes civilization. History is a portion of biology. Therefore, the laws of biology are the basic lesson of history. The first biological lesson of history is that life is competition. Cooperation is real, and competition is a tool to cooperate in groups, communities, churches, clubs, party, etc. Second, that life is selection. In the competition for food, mates, power, some being succeeds while others fail. Of course, nature favours those who are fittest. Life must breed. This is the third lesson of history from the biological perspective. Nature has no use for organisms that cannot reproduce generously. It is not the race that makes the civilization, it is the civilization that makes the people. Circumstances, geographical, economic, and political, create a culture, and the culture creates a human type. Looking for racial antipathies cure on this 21st century. We must be looking for a solution through broadened education and literacy. A knowledge of history will teach us that civilization is a cooperative product. Intellect is a vital force in history. History in the large is the conflict of minorities. Therefore, lessons of history has proved the majority applauds the victor and supplies the human material of social experiment. Out of every 100 new ideas, 99 or more are inferior and proposes to replace traditional customs. Thus these new ideas should be heard. Morals and lessons of history. Moral codes vary in historical and environmental conditions. For instance, moral code will differ if we tend to divide economic history into 3 parts. 1. Stages, hunting. 2. Agriculture. And 3. Industry. For simplicity, in the hunting stage, a man had to be ready to chase and fight and kill. His moral codes rely on the capacity of his stomach to be filled, because tomorrow he might not get any food. Atheism ran wild in the India of Buddha's youth, and Buddha founded a religion without a god. After his death, Buddhism developed a complex theology including gods, saints, and hell. Lessons of history through religion does not seem at first to have had any connection with morals. It was fear that first made the gods, and church played a crucial role to make religion prosperous through offerings, sacrifice, incantation, and naturally state's local code. Economics and history. Normally and generally men are judged by their ability to produce, except in the war when they are ranked according to their ability to destroy. History, according to Karl Marx, is economics in an action, the contest, among individuals, groups, classes and states, for food, fuel, materials and economic power. Political forms, religious institutions, cultural creations are all rooted in economic realities. The struggle of socialism against capitalism is part of the historic rhythm in the concentration and dispersion of wealth. The fear of capitalism has compelled socialism to widen freedom, and the fear of socialism has compelled capitalism to increase equality. Government and history. Since men love freedom, and the freedom of individuals in society requires some regulation of conduct, so the prime task of government is to establish order, organised central force. Democracy is the most difficult of all forms of government, since it requires the widest spread of intelligence, and we forgot to make ourselves intelligent when we made ourselves a sovereign. War is one of the constants of history, and has not diminished with civilization or democracy. In the last 3,421 years of recorded history, only 268 have seen no war. We have acknowledged war as at present the ultimate form of competition and natural selection in the human species. The causes of war are the same as the causes of competition among individuals: acquisitiveness, pugnacity, and pride, the desire for food, land, materials, fuels, mastery. Can all human beings, regardless of a nation, be one? We may make contact with ambitious species on other planets or stars. Soon thereafter there will be an interplanetary war. Then, and only then, will we of this earth be one. Is progress real? If education is the mediation of civilization, we are undoubtedly progressing. Civilization is not inherited, it must be learned and earned by each generation. If the transmission is interrupted for 1 century, civilization would die, and we should be savages again. So, if a woman, before she dies, gather up as much as she can of her civilized heritage and transmit it to her children, progress is real. We really love bringing you these videos. If you want to help us create more useful content, please do subscribe to this channel and don't forget to ring the bell for brand new videos.